Hello again there everybody, Boyd back with you, and welcome to another edition of TrekWorks. Well, I'm doing some more work on my Christine Dragster model kit today. I've got a couple other things cooking on the bench. We're going to start doing some light blocking and preparing the saucer and the secondary hull on our TOS 1350. But before we get to that, I wanted to show you guys what I've accomplished on this model so far on the Dragster. You can see I've built up the chassis and put a lot of detail into this model. You can see the engine sitting in there all really nice. And I finished up all the tubular framing and everything on the roll cage, and started doing some of the detail on this. I'm really liking how it's turning out. You can see even the bottom side here has a lot of detail on it. It's really looking cool. And right now on the body, what I'm going to be doing is I've got all this glass here that I've got to paint. It basically has some black framework all the way around the edges. So I'm going to show you guys a really easy way to do that and make that turn out nice and clean. So I'll be right back with that. I'm going to set the camera up, guys, and we're going to get that painted, and we'll go through and get that completed and install the glass on the model. And then we're going to work our way over to the paint area again and start working on some light blocking and preparation on the saucer and the secondary hull for the TOS 1350. So I'll be back with that in just a second, guys. I'll set my camera up and we'll get to work here. Alright everybody, well, we're set up on the bench and ready to go now. I've got everything ready to start painting here, and I'll show you what I'm using, guys. I'm using a combination of this blue masking tape and some of this very thin 3M vinyl tape, which is very flexible and goes around curves really nice. I've got my airbrush loaded up with some paint here. Now I'll explain basically what I'm doing here. I'm using the vinyl tape to make my nice curve or whatever shape I want to make on my window there, and you can see that I've masked this off. Now I'm just going to be painting this little bitty edge here. Instead of making a really intricate mask and going around and doing all this at one time, I'm just going to spray a little section at a time here and dry it real quick with my heat gun, and then we're going to keep masking and doing the rest of it. So let's start off here by dusting down the top port here. I've got my gun all ready and tested out and everything, so let's just blow a little paint on this. Okay, I'll give this a quick dry. I'm using an acrylic urethane paint, which dries really, really fast here, so we can paint a section here and mask right over the edge and not have to worry about ruining it. And that will already be dry. Okay, and you can see the nice clean line that we get with doing that. I'm going to continue on here, and we'll mask down onto the sides using our vinyl tape. Actually, let's go ahead and, now we'll do the sides here first. We can blend this right in. I'm going to pull this from the bottom, that way I can make a little curve there where it meets the top section. This pulled in there. Just going to kick it just a little bit so we get a little bit of a curve there right on the corner like we want. Okay, and then we'll mask off the rest of the window again. Use my okay, you can see we've just got that little corner section there revealed. And we just go ahead and blend that right in. You can see we're coming around there really nice. Okay guys, now we're going to go ahead and mask off the other side of the window. Following the same process here. Okay, and we're ready to go on that one, as you can see. Make sure I'm in frame here. All right. It's coming out real good. We're just working our way around just like that, and we'll go ahead now and mask off the bottom section. Which has a little bit of a curve to it. Whoops. Alrighty. That's the beauty of using this flexible tape, guys, is that it will allow you to make a radius in this without getting any kinks or wrinkles in it, unlike paper-based tape. This stuff is great for making compound curves and things like that. Let's come up a little higher on that, make it match the other side. Okay, that looks good. And then we'll mask off our... I'm going to have to cut this shape just a little bit here. Okay, so now we're ready to go across the bottom. Alright. And you can see how nice and clean that looks. Beautiful, huh? Okay, now we've got this shape up here that we've got to make. We've got two lines coming down. We've got sort of a square that goes up around there. So we'll, since we have just straight lines, we'll just go ahead and use this straight edge on the tape. I'll just really carefully mask that off. We'll do one at a time here. See how nice that turned out? We pulled a little paint there. Unfortunately, I can't use plastic on this because it's clear glass and it will leave too much of a film on there. It's okay, we'll touch that up. It's not a big deal. What I am going to start doing though is I'm going to touch this tape on my pants here a little bit and take down the tackiness of it a little bit, and that will that should stop that from happening again. We'll go back and fix that spot here real easily. Okay. Okay, now we've got to come up here on the top and make a little cross where it comes over. Alright. This one here is just a little bit off. I'm going to retape that. Okay. Oh, not quite straight on there. I want to make sure we get this nice and straight here. There we go. Okay, and we'll hit this little spot. Hey, beautiful, huh? Okay, now what we're going to do is we're going to go back and fix our little boo-boo there where we lifted a little bit of paint, which won't be a problem. I want to make sure I get right on that. In fact, I'm going to use a little bit of my vinyl tape again because we've got a little bit of a curve there. I'm going to get that just right. Good. Not quite liking that. I missed my curve there a little bit, guys. Go. Okay, let's give this a shot. Okay guys, well you can see there we've got a nicely painted window. Got a tiny little bit of overspray on that, but that'll come right off. But you can see how nice and easy that was to do. Now we'll go ahead and lay this on the model on the front here so you can see how nicely that'll add to the detail on this thing. Let's get our hood up on here. There you go. Let me kill this overhead light. Maybe we won't have so much glare on that and you can see it a little bit better. That looks great. Okay guys, well that's just some basic masking and painting 101 there. I'm going to go ahead and continue masking the rest of these windows, and then I'll get them put on, and then we'll come back and show you how it all turned out, guys. Be right back with that. Okay everybody, well you can see I've got our Christine dragster all finished up now. She turned out beautifully. You can see how nice and everything the paint looks on this, and all of our decals. There's our windows all installed that we worked on a little bit ago. They turned out really, really nice, and she's all looking really good. So just a little bit of careful taping and everything, guys. You can turn out everything just like this, and it really turned out nice. Let me pull the body off of this real quick, and I'll show you the chassis on this thing that we did a lot of work on. You can see it's really detailed. You got the double nitrous oxide bottles there in the back, and the tubular chassis and the framework and everything in there. Put a lot of work into the engine detail. Made my own little spark plug wires there, and you can see it all turned out really nice. And the bottom side of the chassis has a lot of nice detail on it too. And really happy with it, so came out great. Fun to build a car for a change here. I built the little Barnabas van a while back, and I've been kind of building a few cars lately. Kind of all sci-fi related, but a lot of fun. And you can see here we've been working more on the Yamato. Here you can see we've got the photo etch railing installed there, partially along the side of the front here, which is adding a lot of detail. And I've added some more up here in the masts up here at the radar booms. So that's really looking nice. And what I'm going to do, guys, is we're going to wrap up this video here. I'll be back with the next video update, and we'll show you the continued work on installing the photo etch details. We'll come back and cut those pieces out, and we'll show you how we paint them and apply them, and some little gluing tips for how to keep those looking nice and clean. And then I've got the small little planes that come with this, and we're going to be assembling those and painting those to get mounted on the base down there. And my friend Jerry at HDA Model Works sent me over some really nice decals that he made for those. It's going to allow me to put the markings on them and make them look nice and clean. It would have been really hard to paint those in such a small scale like they were, but we'll be showing you all that in the next video, guys. So tune in for that one. We'll see you in a couple of days, and we'll show you that update, and we'll go on. And the Yamato's getting really close to being done here, guys. It's really coming out nice. So until we catch you next time, everybody, happy modeling.